Hey, what's up, everybody? It's One Key, and welcome to 2017. I hope you guys had an amazing off season like I did. Spent a lot of time with the family. I got to play some games that weren't League of Legends and stuff that I normally play. Um, so this video, I'm gonna kind of go over some of the stuff that came out during the later half of the off season. That mostly, if you want to go read on your own, is going to be on loesports.com and on their front page, and we're going to go through some of that, what I think about it. This is going to be kind of a short video than what I've normally done. Next week, I'm going to start doing a lot more videos, posting probably like 2 to 3 a week, hopefully. And we're going to get geared up for this amazing season, which I think is going to be great. So give me a second. Let me silence myself out. Okay, there we go. So I think this season's going to be really amazing. I'm actually currently making a spreadsheet about what I think about the teams. It's going to have to wait till the 9th when Riot officially releases the rosters, because right now all we have is speculation, and from what I know, one or two teams actually doesn't have a position filled that we know of. At least me as the general public, I don't really go digging as much. I wait for Riot to kind of get that information out. If I probably went digging, I'd find it, but I don't really have the time like I used to, and I'd rather hear it from Riot themselves than hear it from on a message board, and then in 2 days it's changed. So once Riot releases those and I get a final look at the rosters, I'll be able to crunch some numbers finally, and we're going to go from there. But so far, what I've been able to find on most of the teams most likely will be what I see on the 9th, but we're going to go from there. So first off, we're going to look at this nice little article that Riot put out called 2017 NA LCS Changes. And this is kind of a basic overview of some of the stuff that we're going to see. Alright, so let's dive right in. So first off, what's changing? So basically Riot is putting in an arbitration ruling where teams can contest a ruling regarding an LCS rule set violation, which I think is awesome. They do have some rules on what you're judging, so you can't like judge somebody who's been given a small fine or anything. So the fine has to be 10,000 US dollars or more, and a suspension of 1 or more games. I mean, I think that's what most arbitration, like most people that are going to fight this, pretty sure everything that the Riot Judgment Hammer brings down is going to fall under this. I wonder if it's going to fall under things like if we have something like Renegades happen again, where they completely ban a team owner, like Monty. But from the few things, if you want to really like read it word for word, because I'm not going to, I don't think this clause would give Monty really anything to use if you want to overturn his ban. So that's one of the things they start out with. I kind of wish they didn't. The second part, which I like, is this new digital goods. So across all regions, create more opportunities for fans to sow their allegiance. TSM, yeah. In 2017, we believe we could take further steps in this direction. The recent launch of the LCU beta, which I think is more than just icons, but basically all they've said is because of new digital goods to demonstrate our commitment to those additional digital products, every NAL's LCS team will be guaranteed a minimum of 50 grand new digital product revenue split in addition to their existing revenue from team icons. So basically, this part says Riot's going to give teams more money for the digital stuff. So like if you go buy a TSM logo, banner, whatever, or maybe they'll have TSM skins or CLG skins, stuff like that, like themed player skins maybe, or themed champion skins. Like, say CLG, say Darshan plays the crap out of Nasus for a majority of the spring split, then maybe there's a CLG Nasus skin, stuff like that. So it looks like they're going to get more money from it. Cat, please stop. Sorry about that. Oh yeah. So this is one of the big things that I wish they would have gone more into, but it looks like I bet you somebody's asked the question to dive in deeper. Basically, they're protecting the head coach position so that you can't poach a head coach. So basically, if you're a really good head coach, like if you're a coach, and you're the head coach on, say, a lower end team, and a higher end team has a coaching position, this kind of protects the lower end teams from getting their good head coaches that they found like a diamond in the rough from getting poached from them. So I think that's actually really good because it will help support the lower end teams, because say they get a really good head coach and then they're doing terrible, and say like a top 3 team, all of a sudden their coach quits. This kind of makes sure that these top teams can't poach these really good coaches off of lower end teams. Like basically the really good coaches will stay where they're at as long as their contracts are there, or unless probably both teams and Riot agree on it. Alright, this is the big one that I like, the inactive roster. So basically, as teams keep getting bigger and they continue to import talented players from outside of the NA region, and the complexities around roster management and work eligibility increase. So basically, this is their way of trying to not have like one team that has like 20 people. Alright, so basically, we're splitting it up into 3 things. So you're going to have a total of 10 active players and then 3 inactive. But the active players are split into 2 groups. So like here, active roster, 5 players, which is what you need. 5 players, your starting lineup. Easy said, done. Reserve roster, 2 to 5 players, substitutes, and could be. So basically, they now actually you can only have up to 5 subs. Minimum 2, maximum 5. And then this is the one that I like, the inactive roster. 0 to 3 players, players affiliated team but currently not eligible to play. So this means basically if like CLG picks up a Korean and they're still dealing with the like work visa and all that junk for the Korean to come over here and play, he can be put on their inactive roster. That way this player can't all of a sudden, oh hey, I was gonna go play on CLG, but in the process of me getting all this done, I got a better offer from Echo Fox, and the player decided to take it. Like, basically, it's going to be added into their contract that once you sign with us, while we're working all this stuff out, you're going to be labeled inactive. And I'm going to kill my cat. Alright. Prize pool went up. Congratulations. Okay. The LCS Challenger team swap. Okay. I don't think... Give me a second. Okay, this one is a big thing that I like. Sorry. I was just making sure this was the part. Because... Yeah. Okay, so this is... this section, LCS Challenger, sister teams, and relegation were the 2 ones that caught my eye while doing this. So basically, they've changed Challenger altogether. Pro teams can have sister teams in the Challenger scene, but get this, the Challenger scene team like Cloud9 Challenger won't be able, in 2017, if they're in first place, they can't be in the promotion tournament. So, let's see this. So, yeah. So basically, like, if you have a sister team, if a pro team has a sister team in the Challenger scene that's owned by the same company, has all that junk, even if they're in the top, like, say 1, 2, and 3 are all sister teams, those teams don't get to be in the promotion tournament. That way, we have fresh faces, fresh owners, and all that junk funneling through, have a chance to funnel into the pro scene, and stuff like that. Alright. So I'm not really going to talk about relegation. If you want to look into that, it looks like they're keeping relegation for this season. If you want to go back to it, you know, go ahead and read this. It's literally on the front page. It's right here. Alright. And then this one. So they announced yesterday. That now we're going to have, instead of 3 bands on each side, so a total of 6 bands, there's going to be 10 bands. And I actually like this because instead of it being 5 bands and then 5 bands, because that's what I thought they would first do, they're actually taking they're taking a card from Dota's book, and this is how it's going to look. So this is the band phase. Blue team gets first band. So a total of 6 bands are going to be played out in the first band phase. Okay? Then there's going to be, so they call that band phase 1. And then next is pick phase 1. So blue team gets first pick, then red team, then blue, then red. And then here come the last 4 bands, where red team actually gets the first band, because if you see here, blue team had the first pick, and then red team got 2, blue team got 2. So that way they get a third. Red team gets the first ban in the second phase, followed by blue, red, blue. And then red team gets last pick in the pick phase. So basically they're basically breaking up the ban phase in 2 separate steps. I really like this because now it's going to make teams, it's really going to make the drafting phase interesting, because say blue team bans out nothing but mid laners here. Okay? And then they ban nothing but mid laners. Here they don't even pick a mid laner. And then red team doesn't pick mid laners here. Blue team doesn't pick a mid laner here. And then say red team picks a mid laner right here. This is really interesting, because then red team gets to ban something. So say there's 4 top mid laners. Bans. No mid lane pick until this last spot. Then they get to pick. Then red gets the counter pick. Gets to ban the counter matchup to their mid lane. Blue kind of gets to respond through this. Red gets to kind of respond to what blue has maybe picked and or banned now up to this point. And then blue has a chance to double pick at the end to either round out their comp or try to counter what red were setting up here. So our normal pick ban phase, I don't think we're going to see much change in this. Maybe we'll see a priority throughout the season, like what gets banned first. Like, are we gonna see more utility champions here, or just more straight up damage champions here? I really feel like this ban phase 1 is mostly going to be a lot of damage champs and the OP champs, and maybe some target bans. I feel like pick phase 1, if the teams are smart, you will only pick 1 solo lane. Like, maybe this will be what you pick your bot lane in, so you set your bot lane up, and maybe the jungle or the top, depending on the top goes tank or not. And then this is where you kind of ban what you think the team's going to go into, and then this is where you kind of round out your comp. So it's going to be really interesting. I think it's going to be a really great way of kind of spicing up how pick, pan, and phase goes. I think it's really going to test the teams. I think the first 2 weeks are going to be very interesting. I think, even though we have a meta, I feel like this pick ban phase is actually going to break the meta a bit. I'm hoping they do this in the LCK, the LPL, and everything else, because I feel like this is going to be a really interesting way to see how the West responds to how the East responds. Alright, so I know that was quick, and I know a lot of it was kind of fast, and it's a little bit short, but I wanted to make it that way. I wanted to kind of let you guys get a quick little taste of what Riot has been doing in the off season. I've been very excited about it. I can't wait to see what happens. On the 9th, Riot will drop the rosters, and then hopefully over the weekend I will finish my spreadsheet, I'm gonna go into a really my next video should be a long video. I'm gonna go over the teams kind of and what I think, stuff like that. So if you guys like what I did, hit the like button. If you didn't like, hit the dislike button. Let me know. I know this is faster than what I normally do, but I wanted to kind of let you guys know I'm still alive. If you guys got any suggestions, leave a comment, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.